Thank you for having me. Yeah, yeah. Reflecting on what happened last season, it has been a very difficult season for us as a team. But I must also thank our players for their hard work. They've pushed to also the support from the management. Pushing the guys also. So it was a two-way working relationship in terms of whether we push the players as technical team and also their response, in terms of whether they listen to us and also knowing very well that to go down to the NFD, it won't be easy. But yeah, they've pulled through and I'm happy for them.
And how did it come about that you sort of taken the responsibility of coaching the team? Because I'm under correction here, but I don't remember you officially retiring from playing football. Suddenly now Coach Musa, and how did that come about?
Yeah, that transition, I think what the management saw in me, it was the leadership I had maybe last season, pushing the players again when we were fighting for relegation, and also when our coach Dallin started, he didn't have assistant, so he picked me as his assistant to help him. And yeah, I think from there I've never looked back also. And yeah, I've never even said that I'm retiring, but officially I can say that
you're confirming that you're retired now.
Yeah, retired.
So you're Coach Musa now.
Yeah, I'm Coach Musa now.
I was saying to you off the record that I can't get used to this Coach Musa thing now.
Yeah,
I'm sure even some of the older players in your team are struggling to get used to this thing of Coach Musa.
Yeah, most of them, they're still calling me Musa, sometimes Musa, so it's okay, they'll get used to it. But yeah, I've officially retired and looking forward to the future into this new path.
And how was the transition? Obviously, you didn't have time to sit and really apply your mind and think about it. How you just sort of jumped into it? How was that sort of swift transition from playing and to coaching?
Yeah, look, when such opportunity arises, you don't have to think twice, Look, I didn't even think twice. I was like, if it's that time of me to retire, let me retire in peace. I've already made up my mind that no, it's okay. I've played the game for quite some time now. I've been in the PSL. The good thing about it is that I've never even played in the second division. It has been the PSL throughout my career. So I'm just happy with it, and also happy with the opportunity granted to me by Swallows.
And talking about your football career, it was, when you look back, a little bit rewarding. Played for some of the big teams, and if you look back, are you happy with sort of what you've achieved as a player?
Yeah, look, one can always be grateful for playing so many years. I've been 14 to 15 years playing for professional teams. Played for Sundowns, played for Orlando Pirates, big teams, Celtic, Swallows, and yeah, I must say that it has been a smooth sailing for me. Yeah.
Where did you enjoy your best football? I know it's a tricky one.
Look, it's a tricky one, but yeah, I must say, going to Orlando Pirates, I must have enjoyed myself. It was one of those moments where I think I went at the right age, experienced, and all the how can I put it? I'm trying to find the right word. Yeah. As I said, went there, experience, and it was easy for me to gel into the team, especially with the players that we had during our time.
Some of the players that you played with there?
Yeah, look, happy Jelle. We were very close when we still talk even now. We had good players, and Monetsi, who's doing well in France, he was also there with us. We had quite a good squad, but yeah, I must say that I really enjoyed myself. Even at Celtic, I remember at one point Celtic also. Yeah. We were the dream team.
Talking about Celtic, you must be sad that the club finds itself in the situation where it is now.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that there's no football anymore in Bloem. You know, look, it's one of the big teams in the PSL. We know that, and you would wish that the team was not sold. You know, for the people of Bloemfontein, you know, their support and the fans always coming in numbers at the stadiums.
And how was Sundowns?
Yeah, Sundowns. Also enjoyed myself learning. Also, I've learned a lot. You know, and the experience there. You know, when I started playing and when I didn't play, it was a difficult moment for me, but I had to decide what I wanted in my life. Hence, I had to ask for a loan to go to Celtic.
And also, I mean, you look at the so-called big clubs where you played. Competition was very, very tough. You really had to fight and push to earn your place in the team.
Yeah. I really had to push myself. I remember I was playing with same position. Surprise was there. Tiko, Shompo, those are top players. Ezoma Nyandoro was still playing by then. Yeah, so those are top players. You know, I had to fight for my place there. And always be grateful for the chance that I got.
I mean, the names you've mentioned, and sometimes you would actually say, well, it's okay. Ezra was upstage, you know. I think maybe Papi's Autonomy might have been there at some stage.
Yes, Papi was also there.
These are proper footballers.
No, those are proper and national team players. You know, they were always calling them for the national team. So but I don't regret going there.
Now, as a coach now, how much of the lessons you learned as a player do you draw to in terms of just philosophy, coaching philosophy, management of players, just making sure that your camp or your team runs properly? There are not too many problems.
Yeah, look, that's a very, very difficult one. I'm new in this coaching, but to manage players, I think I've got a little bit of experience on that in terms of how do I communicate with them. The most important thing is communication with the players. So I must say that it has not been difficult, and the respect, the mutual respect that I get from the players and the respect that I give to them.
And you stayed for too long in the game. What was sort of the reason for your longevity? These days players don't play for 10 years. You were there for almost 15, 16 years.
Yeah, look, it has to go with discipline. Dedication, I've always been dedicated, discipline, and the passion, for the love of the game, to say, if this thing is putting money on the table, why do I need to do wrong things? So it's also the message that I'm pushing to our players, to say, if you can be disciplined and be dedicated, you can play for 10, 15 years. It's not a miracle, but it also needs a little bit of passion also and dedication from your side. But hard work also, it pays off.
I'm sure over your career, you've been around for this long. You have seen a lot of extremely talented footballers who never really fulfilled their potential because of off the field stuff.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that in South Africa, especially talented players, they only rely on talent and not the hard work and discipline. So it's a sad thing that we always face in the country, especially in this industry, where the off the field stuff is playing a huge role in these players, where they immediately they start earning a lot of money. They forget about what's giving them that money.
And how big is this problem now? Because it goes without saying, we can't hide it. It happens, but how big it is? I'm not only talking about Solos, I'm just talking generally in South African football. How big is this thing of players just outright unprofessional and not looking after themselves?
Yeah, it's still big, but if you go to big teams, it's not so big. I think the players are starting to realize now that being ill-disciplined, it's costing them a lot. In as much as it's still big, but not so much. I think they are starting to realize that it is costing them their future, it is costing them their life, it is costing them their money. So also they need to learn. We cannot be singing one song each and every
There must be change.
There must be change. So I just hope that they also take these lessons from the players who are disciplined.
Coach, now I think I've touched a bit about what has happened. Now when we look forward, you are sitting at a very, maybe I can say, tricky situation going into the future. You've been appointed as the head coach. The chairman, Mr. Mahashwa, has shown confidence in you. What do you say to him? There may have been people who have said, "What is he doing? Giving this responsibility to a young coach." Like, what do you say to him because of the confidence that he showed in you?
Look, the only thing that I can give to him is good results, and we know it's going to be a tricky season. Starting off playing against Sundowns in the MTN8, it's going to be a tricky season. But it is give him the good results and make sure that the team stays in the PSL. That's the most important thing running this project. It's not an easy project, and everyone doesn't have. Most people, they don't have confidence in me to say I can do this. But I must say that I'm grateful, for the opportunity.
When you talk about the people who are doubting, does that play in your mind a lot to say, I'm embarking on this journey and there are people who are doubting me? Do you also have a sense that I have to do this to prove people wrong?
Look, it's not about listening to whatever people. There, in life in general, people will always have doubts about what you do in life. Whether you're in this football industry, whether you are working in a company, they'll always have doubts. But it's not about proving them wrong, but it's about working hard and making sure that I provide and produce good results for the team.
And we're in pre-season now. Coaches, you guys don't really rest. You must, be on the phone with the chairman every day, talking about players and movements. Just maybe, obviously, I don't expect to go into big details, but in terms of planning for next season, where are you now?
Yeah, we've started with the plans already. Immediately after our last game, I think we met 2 days with. Our last game was on the 20th. We met on Tuesday, 22nd to 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. So you could say that the plans already they've started. There's no time to rest. Unfortunately, as a coach, you must always be on toes and also be working.
No holiday.
Unfortunately, there's no holiday for me. So I've been also preparing my pre-season and also checking out some couple of players.
Have you decided on who's leaving? Coming in may be a bit tricky, but you sort of have a sense of what sort of team you want to have next season. Players that will stay, those who leave, and those that you are targeting. It's going to depend on how much money you get from the chairman, I guess, with that.
Yeah, like we've not decided per se who's gonna leave. We don't have a big squad. We've got a small squad, so we still need to sit down and check whether the squad is good enough to go into the next season. The players that we have, and also maybe add some couple of players in some positions to strengthen in some positions. We know that a season you won't finish it with everyone, so there'll be injuries, suspensions, and all that. So I'm sure we'll strengthen in 1 or 2 positions.
And for the last while that you've been the head coach, sort of in charge, what have you learned in terms of responsibility, taking big decisions, dealing with failure of not getting results at certain stages? This experience, what has it taught you?
It has taught me a lot, especially about myself, and also, as you're saying, decision making. At times in the match, whether you need to make a sub or not, and also managing these players. It's not easy. These are adults, most of them, so they're family men. You must also understand that. So how you manage them, and also starting my own philosophy in the team, build a culture in the team to say this is a culture I want to see at Swallows. So it's something that I'm working on as a person, individual, and as a coach.
And what has been the most difficult decision you've had to take maybe leaving a player out, replacing a player, egos. I'm sure even you as a player, there were times when you would say, "Man, coach, why?" You know, what have been some of the difficult decisions that you've had to take?
Yeah, look, those especially leaving someone at home, it has not been easy.
Yeah.
I remember, just before the last match, one of the players asked me why is he not in the team, So yeah, I had to explain. I had to explain it to him. And the fortunate thing is that we won. If the team is doing well, it makes it easy for you.
It's just you can justify.
Yeah, you can justify. But if the team is not doing well, then it becomes tricky. But it was one of those things whereby I needed to explain to the player. But I think we had to also find the common ground.
And team sports dynamics can be hectic also. Characters and all those kinds of things, and you almost have to be like a father figure at home while you are managing your kids. That must also come with its own challenges.
Yeah. Those are. It's one of those things where some other players there's different personalities, and some other guys they are just moody. They come to training, they don't want to give you that what you want to training. But you as a father figure, you have to try to deal with it and try to find balance, and also ask questions if things are okay or not.
Yeah. So you must be a coach, you must be a human being, and also a psychologist.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where coaches, I think they also need to get psychologists on their side to say they must also do psychology on their side as part of managing these guys.
Because can you imagine if 30 people every day in the morning comes with different problems? Wow. And now you also have got your own stuff. That could be very, very difficult.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, a difficult one. But we manage it. We do take that responsibility and talk to these guys. And the good thing is that they listen and they respond very well.
Coach, let's talk about philosophy. That's something that we touched on now. I mean, a lot is made up of football philosophy. That what is your football? How do you want solos to play? If you get solos right, proper, how would you want them to play?
Look, I would love to see solos playing a good brand football, where we start from the back, where we're able to make combinations. And if you've watched our last 4 games, especially with the goals we've been scoring, it has not been something that it's coming out from nowhere. It's something that we practice, we do every day. But that doesn't come overnight. It needs time to also
work on it.
You work on it. It also needs time. It's a process, But I think the players were starting to understand on how I want them to play, and getting that response from them, it has been good, And we've also watched the game against Gallant, our last game, the 2 goals that we scored. It is something that we've been working on, even from the second goal, especially from Malinga, where he played. We've been saying to him, to our strikers, to say, you can play a reverse pass, you can touch it back and let the runners go and make that third man run. So I was just happy to see that coming out, especially in the last match, where the second goal, it was something that we've worked on during the week.
So this means you've got a lot of work to do during pre-season, eh?
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I've started already, and also communicating with these guys, asking them how they feel, what do they think. You also need to their buy-in. It's like you're selling something, but they must also buy into it.
Who do you look up to, coach?
As a coach, as a person, no, I look up to Rulani Mokwena. He's one person that. He has made South African football interesting. He watches a lot of football, and also the passion. He is passionate about the game. So he is someone that I look up to.
I'm sure you don't want to be called Rulani Light.
No. Yeah, but he's got a special place in my heart. We come a long way.
Yeah, just obviously him in reverse, he speaks very highly of you. He only has some nice things to say about you also as a player and all those kinds of things. What sort of, I mean, obviously not by like intimate details, but what sort of discussions do you have with him? When you speak on the phone or wherever you're meeting, and like for example, when you became coach, what did he say to you?
Yeah, look, he was very happy to see me as a coach. And he's always said this before, maybe back in 2017, 18. He's always said this, but I didn't take him into consideration to say, you're going to be a coach one day. But I didn't know what he was saying from.
That was during your times at Summers.
At Pirates.
At Pirates, yeah, when you were at Pirates, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't take that. I took it light. I didn't take it seriously. But look at what he was prophesizing by then. Yeah, it really came through. And yeah, when we talk, it's someone who's happy for me and someone who wants me to work hard and push the team.
Would you say he planted the seed in a way into you coaching?
Yeah, he must have planted a seed that, at times when you plant a seed, you don't see it grow. But at that moment, it takes time. But yeah, he planted that seed and yeah. I'm just happy for it.
And internationally, who do you like? Which coach do you? I know lately there's this Abre, who is everybody's talking about.
Yeah. No. Look, he's really doing well. I'm caught in between Pep and him. Also, I watch a lot of football, and there are a lot of coaches that I always follow in terms of football. But yeah, I can say Pep. Pep is someone that he's always thinking to say what do I do next? What do I do? He plays a different ball game whenever he's playing.
And obviously next season, so you're going to be playing in 4 cup competitions. With the league, the 3 cups. It's more football. What must Swallows fans expect from the team next season? Of course, you will compete and stuff, but what must they be excited about? This Swallows coming up with the new young coach. What must they look out for?
Yeah, look, they must expect exciting football. And yeah, the good thing is that I'm also starting with the team, with the preseason with them. So they must just expect exciting football. And yeah, we will definitely work hard, fight